30+ years of service. Combat medals, citations. Only man to shoot down 3 enemy planes in the last 40 years. Yet you can't get a promotion, you won't retire. Despite your best efforts, you refuse to die. You should be at least a 2-star admiral by now. Yet here you are, Captain. What is that?
It's one of life's mysteries, sir.
The end is inevitable, Maverick. Your kind is headed for extinction.
Maybe so, sir. But not today.
Are you kidding me? That was the new trailer for Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise made a surprise appearance at Comic-Con at a panel earlier this week to debut the trailer. He's been shooting the long-anticipated sequel to the '86 movie in San Diego since last year. He talked about what it was like working with the Navy.
Everything you see in this film, obviously, it's for real. So the flying, we're working with the Navy. All of the flying that you see in this picture, everything is real. And I really wanted to give you all an experience of what it is to be inside that aircraft. And for me, Top Gun is about competition. It is about family. It is about sacrifice. It is about heroism. And it's about aviation. And I love aviation. It's a love letter to aviation.
Top Gun Maverick is set to hit theaters next June. The new trailer for Top Gun Maverick premiered at Comic-Con again this week. We're joined by Brian Sinclair, call sign Sunshine. He worked on the film. He oversaw some of the aviation aspects of the film. And we welcome you once again, Brian. Friend of the show. Great to see you again.
It's great to be back. Thank you.
I love when Tom Cruise said I wanted to give all of you an opportunity to know what it was like to be in that jet. I've been fortunate enough to have 2 flights in the F-18. You have almost 600 carrier-arrested landings. You got a lot of time. Talk to us about how you feel about the trailer.
Yeah, the trailer, wow. It's just like Tom Cruise said at the Comic-Con, it's the real deal, not CG. So you see some earlier talking about, or looking, excuse me, at the desert low level. Yeah, that took place over by Ridgecrest. So remember the place where they had all the earthquakes?
Sure.
Yeah, exactly right. So, and that guy is down Blue Angel low. I mean, so very few pilots are authorized to fly that low. But you can imagine, my guess is it was flown by probably one of the Blues. So that's very real. Tom Cruise getting launched off the catapult, absolutely correct.
Now here's what I've noticed. Watch, right hand's on the handle.
Yep.
Left hand on the throttle. He comes off the cat stroke and then goes right to the stick. He has been trained. He's been taught. They worked with him to make sure he knew how to make this authentic. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. So the point is you want to keep your hand on the throttle to make sure you go forward, obviously. And then we're not supposed to keep our hand on the stick because there's sometimes pilots can pitch up too much or over-rotate. So we let the computers do the actual takeoff. And then we grab the stick as soon as we go weight off wheels.
And how about this ridgeline pass?
Yeah, here we go, the ridgeline crossing. So that's absolutely legitimate. I love that maneuver. Used to love it doing it at low levels. So you're going to roll inverted and pull and disappear behind the mountainscape. So, and that's a low transition, once again done there in Ridgecrest.
Okay, and here's the cat shot again here.
Yeah.
So when they film this, it's a 2-seat F-18. Tom Cruise is in the back. They film it, it looks like he's legitimately flying the airplane.
Yeah, absolutely. It was amazing the amount of cameras that they were able to stuff into these cockpits.
Really?
Very high definition cameras. So I think the aerial photography will be, as evidenced by the trailer, stunning.
So how accurate do you think this is going to be as far as real naval aviation compared to the first one? The first one, there were a lot of discrepancies. How about this one?
artistic license in the first one, we'll
Yes,
call it.
there
Yes.
was.
Now this one, Paramount and the Navy spent over 5 years in the production of the script alone. So, and when I was on the set a couple times, just the attention to detail, both doorknobs, light fixtures, pictures, patches on the wall, it is stunningly amazing how accurate the sets are and perhaps the script is.
Yeah, and the patches on the flight jacket too all coincide, because the first one there was some patches on there that a fighter pilot would never have.
Yeah, there's some ship patches. Yeah, this one you'll see that Tom Cruise on his green jacket proudly displays the VX-31, the test pilots out of China Lake, their squadron patch.
Okay, now we want to talk about what you did for the movie. You played a small part.
Very small.
Okay, and
Very
as
small.
soon as you walked in, I heard the rumor. I asked you, I said, okay, when Tom Cruise is riding his motorcycle next to the runway and the F-18 takes off, who's flying?
Yeah, so we got, so a good buddy of mine, Aaron Vernalis, and I are in the jet in the background. We're racing Tom Cruise. We obviously have a slight advantage,
Yes.
as you can imagine. But during that filming, Tom Cruise is going about 80 miles an hour or greater as he's trying to keep up with us, because we're coming in at about 140 miles an hour.
So were you doing, to film it, were you doing touch and goes and just doing pattern rotation to keep doing the shot?
That's exactly right. So we had the cameraman on the ground had a radio to talk to the jet, and we would basically call out as we're coming into land. We'd give us countdown call in seconds, so Tom Cruise knew when to accelerate, at what distance he needed to accelerate to get kind of the hero shot.
Yeah.
And we did it over 3 days, over a span of about a year, because we needed exactly the right conditions. Jerry Bruckheimer was there. The first time they shot it, the marine layer had rolled in.
Oh.
And he said, no, this is not good. We're going to have to come back. So, and he just made a $500,000 decision just like that. We're coming back later. So.
Wow. Spare no expense.
No expense spared.
So you get, yeah, good, you get to play a role in the film.
Minor,
a small,
yeah.
Minor role, but hey, you're flying the jet.
Yeah.
What are you most excited to see about this version of Top Gun?
I would say the aerial cinematography. So you've got those deluxe cameras stuffed into the cockpits. So I can't imagine how awesome the HD scenes will be. Also, a lot of my buddies were in the film, so it's going to be fun to kind of see the different folks in the film kind of littered throughout. And then if you notice in the trailer, there's a female fighter pilot with a call sign Phoenix written on her helmet. And naval aviation's come a long way, and there are a lot of women or female fighter pilots these days that are honestly can probably outfly me. So it's just neat to see them well represented. And as a father of two girls growing up, I'm very sensitive to that, and I just can't wait to see the role.
You mentioned the CG aspect of it. In the first Top Gun, the Navy had no idea it was going to be a blockbuster hit. Right. So a lot of the pilots and the NFOs in the back, they were on sound stages to make it look like they were flying. They gave them one missile. All the missiles that you see in the original Top Gun, one missile shot from different angles.
Yeah.
But this time, the Navy knew it was going to be very special, didn't they?
Oh, they did. They poured a lot of time, effort, money, resources, whatever into this, and I think you'll be very satisfied next summer.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. You miss flying?
I do, and things like that really make me miss flying.
I'll bet you, that ridgeline especially.
Yeah, the ridgeline crossing, epic.
You see stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, Brian.
Thank you,
Great
Jason.
having you in. We're going to have you again before the movie. We'll talk some more.
Okay.
As they get new trailers coming out.
There you go.
All right. Thanks, Brian.